Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for NEET. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notifications. In this video, I am going to explain a new chapter. It is biological classification. So the biological classification in this chapter, we are going to know how the living organisms are classified into different groups based on similarities and dissimilarities. In this, after human civilization, there is a need of classification to understand all living organisms. It is possible with a proper classification method only. And previously, there are many attempts on this classification, and these attempts are not based on scientific manner, but these classifications are attempted based on our needs, and especially we have some important needs like food, shelter and cloth. So based on our needs, the earlier classifications are attempted by different scientists but not in scientific manner. So first time, the earlier attempt of classification, it is done by one of the scientists, Aristotle. He was the first scientist attempted the classification in scientific manner. And in this classification, Aristotle he used very simple morphological characters, and based on this simple morphological character, he classified all plants into three groups. Especially, so based on external appearance, he classified all plants into three groups. In this, the first group is herbs, and second one is the shrubs, and third one is trees. When you observe these herbs, the herbs which having a few centimeters height from soil, these are called as herbs. In similar way, the shrubs having a few meters height from soil. In similar way, the trees having very long height from soil. So based on this external appearance, Aristotle classified all plants into herbs, shrubs and trees. In similar way, so Aristotle he classified animals also. So he classified the animals into two groups based on the nature of blood. In this, the first group is Anima. This Anima group of animals having blood without RBC. And the second group is Inima. These organisms have a blood with RBC. So these are the very few morphological characters considered by Aristotle for his classification, and it is the first scientific method of classification. So after Aristotle, the next one more very important classification, it is the two kingdom classification. So in this two kingdom classification, it was given by one of the scientists, Linnaeus. So Linnaeus he classified all living organisms into two main kingdoms. In this, when you observe the first kingdom, it is Plantae. So in Plantae, all plants which having photosynthetic nature and which are autotrophic in nature, along with the cell, it is surrounded by well organized and defined cell wall. So based on photosynthetic nature and the presence of cell wall, he classified all plants into one kingdom. It is called as Plantae. In the similar way, he classified all animals into one kingdom. In this Animalia, that is called Animalia. In this Animalia, the living organisms are heterotrophic in nature, and these Animalia members and do not having cell wall around its cell. And same time, so there are some advantages in this two kingdom classification. In this, the first advantage is, so this classification it was done very easily, and this classification it is very easy to understand. In similar way, so this classification it is used for a long time and it was found inadequate. So these are the advantages of two kingdom classification. And similar way, so there are some drawbacks in two kingdom classification. So when you observe the first drawback is, so this two kingdom classification it not distinguish in between eukaryotes and prokaryotes, because so eukaryotes are the organisms having well organized nucleus in its cell, and the nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. But in case of prokaryotes, so the cell, it consists of nucleus, but around this nucleus there is no well organized nuclear membrane. So it is the main basis for both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So in two kingdom classification, these prokaryotes and eukaryotes are not distinguished. In similar way, when you take some examples, so first bacteria and blue-green algae. So these are prokaryotic organisms, and along with these prokaryotes, so some of the another eukaryotes like fungi, mosses, ferns, and gymnosperms, angiosperms, all these prokaryotes and eukaryotes are kept under the kingdom Plantae because of their cell wall. It is the main drawback in two kingdom classification. So along with that, when you take one more disadvantage, it is this two kingdom classification, it not distinguish in between unicellular and multicellular organisms, because when you take some examples, so unicellular Chlamydomonas and Chlorella, these are placed in Plantae along with other multicellular plants. It is one of the drawback. In similar way, the unicellular Paramecium and Amoeba also placed under Animalia along with the other multicellular animals. It is one of the drawback. Along with that, so this two kingdom classification, it not distinguish in between photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. When you take a photosynthetic thallophytes like algae, so algae and fungi both having filamentous body, but in algae the cell consists of chloroplast and can synthesize their food its own. But in fungi, even though it having thallus body, it never synthesizes food its own. These are heterotropic and non-photosynthetic in nature. But in two kingdom classification, these two photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms are not distinguished. In similar way, when you take some more disadvantages, the few organisms like Chlamydomonas and Euglena and slimy molds, these organisms share both plant and animal characters, but these are not properly classified in two kingdom classification. And one more important disadvantage is the large number of organisms. These did not fall into either any category. That is the main drawback in this two kingdom classification. So beside these characters, some of the many another characters are needed for classification along with gross morphological characters. So let us take what are the characters needed for classification. So in this, the classifications are made based on cell structure, either it is prokaryote or eukaryote, and cell wall nature, either it is made up of with cellulose or other materials, and mode of nutrition, the organisms, either these are photosynthetic or non-photosynthetic, along with habitat, and mode of reproduction like sexual, asexual, and vegetative reproduction, along with evolutionary relationship. So this evolutionary relationship is the main basis for classification. It is called as phylogeny. So these are the different characters we need in classification to get well advanced classification. And here, so classification system, it undergoes several changes over a time. And here, so Plantae and Animalia, these are the two kingdoms. These are constant in different classification methods because of plants and animals having a very distinguishable characters. And here, so different scientists, they proposed different types of classification, and all these classifications are useful to understand their nature. So that is the concept related to introduction for biological classification. So now in this video, along with this concept, first we have to know some important multiple choice questions which are asked in NEET examination. So some models of NEET questions we discussed now. So in this, when you take the first question, so the first question is the earlier to attempt a more scientific basis of classification it was done by. So here the first option here Linnaeus, and second option Whittaker, third option Aristotle, and fourth option Carl Oz. So the correct answer is third option Aristotle. So Aristotle, he was the first scientist attempted classification in scientific manner, and he classified both plants and animals. And plants are classified into herbs, shrubs, and trees. Animals are classified into Anaima and Anaima groups. Coming to the next question. So identify the incorrect statement. In this, the first statement is the Aristotle used some morphological characters for classification. And second option is Aristotle given two kingdom classification. The third option is two kingdom classification used for a long time. And fourth option is Linnaeus classification not distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So in these four options, we have to identify the incorrect statement. In these four options, the incorrect statement is second option. Actually, this two kingdom classification, it was given by Linnaeus, not Aristotle. And the third question is, which of the following is not advantage of two kingdom classification? So here the options are, the first option, it is easily done. Second option, easy to understand. Third option, used for a long time. Fourth option, it is a cell structure is considered in classification. So in these four options, it is not an advantage in two kingdom classification. It is fourth option. So cell wall and cell wall structure, it is not considered in classification. And coming to the next question, the two kingdom classification not distinguish between photosynthetic A and non-photosynthetic B. So here the options are A, algae, B, fungi. Second option, A, algae, B, bryophyta. The third option, A, algae, B, prokaryotes, and fourth option, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So here the correct answer is first option. So the two kingdom classification not distinguish between photosynthetic algae and non-photosynthetic fungi. And coming to the next question, two kingdom classification, it was given by the first option Carl Oss, and second option Darwin, third option Theophrastus, and fourth option Linnaeus. So here the correct answer is fourth option, Linnaeus, he given the two kingdom classification. So these are the some multiple choice questions related to this topic. And if you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notification. Thank you for watching.